Me. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Night InSaNiTy. Hi. How's it going? Hey, not pink. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I love the non-pinkness. Let's get the boys in here right away. Forthwith. I love the enthusiasm. I come into the hangout. The first thing I hear is, Such excitement.
I miss the pink.
Sorry. So, I guess I should say one of my big pickups this week is the Logitech C920X Pro Stream webcam arrived in the mail today. Not today,
I
actually,
can totally tell the difference.
Fuck you.
You can just feel the 60 frames.
So what? Well, you won't in this.
I know.
It's like you're in my house.
But when the games are being done, yeah. So this is the one that can do the 60 frames per second, 720p. It does 1080 at 30. So yeah. So it should be able to use this for the reaction cam quite nicely for the gamings, and thus reduce time for the editings for the YouTubes, laters. Then most importantly, you'll be able to see the reactions live again on the Twitches.
Yay!
See, it's almost like, wow, it's like 3D. I'm actually quite impressed by the frame rate, even just for this. It's excellent.
You're very easily amused.
I am. I
gotta wait for that.
I have 5 pickups this week.
I have 0.
Awesome.
I have 2.
I have like
Because I love it because I got a nice little shitty comment in my Saraha. It's like the anonymous,
sweet.
the anonymous question thing. You can go skinslips.saraha.com.
Yes. For those
Right.
that not in the know, Skinslip did basically an Ask Me Questions thing on his YouTube this week, where you can
Q&A.
submit, and bravely, people were able to submit anonymous questions.
What's a new
So-
meeting?
Yeah,
needless to
I
say,
read that question. I answered the question.
needless to say, douchebaggery ensued.
Well,
But there were-
someone had the bright idea. Going, I wish I could sit in home all day and get free Blu-rays. I'm like, they didn't say it like that. They worded it differently. But they basically
It was like,
dude,
how can I sit at home and do nothing and buy Blu-rays at my leisure or something? It was something like like that.
Yeah, how can I sit at home?
Yeah.
And how can I do nothing and buy Blu-rays or whatever? I was like, dude,
Something like that. Yeah.
here's your answer: being physical pain every moment of your fucking existence,
Yeah.
unless you're on drugs.
I was watching
That's
your.
what you're doing. That's called
Yeah.
disability. I'm not like just lazy. I'm broken, guys.
I was I was watching actually your response video today, and when you got to that question, you had like quite like an epic answer of like pity and
I had actually
not for yourself, but for the guy who asked the question.
Yeah, because how pitiful do you have to be to make fun of a crippled person on the internet?
Yeah.
How sad and pathetic are you?
Yeah.
That's the meter. Like, oh, you're just really sad and angry at the world, so you need to go get some help. That's
Yeah.
just what I boiled down to. But that was the second time I recorded that video because it crashed while recording, and when I got the 32-minute mark.
Yeah.
And because I spent 10 minutes describing everything my entire expenses, but not in like super detail. I was like,
Yeah.
I pay for phone, I pay for Netflix, I pay for Amazon Instant, I pay for the Dracula box. I have a bunch of expenses now. A lot of this kind of like not needed stuff, but I pay my portion of electricity, rent, phone, internet. You know, like I pay all this stuff. It's not like I actually have a very small budget, which is why I have nothing because I spent all of my minuscule amount of budget on movies at the beginning of the month, and I have nothing for the rest of the month.
There you go. So
That's just how it goes. I didn't have a lot of money, and I spent all of it on movies. Extra money, mind you, past what I had needed.
Jail was apparently depressed that I was not pink this week. Well, sorry.
You know, Jail, you say at least you don't have to work in a bakery. You know, you say that like it's somehow okay to sit around and do nothing. It's actually not. Boredom is actually almost as bad as annoying, meaningless job. Okay, so you're saying, oh, I wish I like. you didn't say it specifically. People are like, oh, I wish I could sit at home all day. Like, no, you fucking don't.
No.
Trust me.
One of the things I learned early on in the sociology class I took in college is that, like, sociologically speaking, people need work.
Yeah.
It's been ingrained in them from the very beginning of humankind.
Well, we need something to fill our
We had
head.
to work in order to get things. And
Now, I don't.
My phone is ringing. I'll be back. Hold on.
I don't disagree with that statement, but I think it's not that people need work. I think they need to be busy when they're not doing something, right? Or your mind does bad things to you, get you depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to expand on what you're saying. Like, it's not just work. It's like, so that's
where
why
it comes from, though.
that's why I was like, if you're so jealous of me,
we were hunter gatherers.
I know.
And we had to be doing something in order to survive. So when you don't do something, it affects you mentally.
Well, let's point out if you're so jealous of me, take that jealous energy and create something better than I create. And that's how you prove you're better than me, not by saying, hey, you're a piece of shit, haha, cripple, haha, whatever. Who's that celebrity everyone keeps fucking? Randy Quaid? Go fuck yourself, by the way. Go fuck yourself if you call me Randy Quaid, because I'm not crazy enough. I'm not Eddie Bravo enough for Randy Quaid. Okay?
He's gone off the deep end, man.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a ranty person. It's just that, like, and it doesn't bother me in the sense that, like, I'm personally bothered. Like, I'm not, like, my jimmies aren't a rustle. I'm just offended that people are so fucking ignorant that they just automatically think, oh, it must be nice to sit on and surf the internet every day. That's not really what I do. I am trying my ass off to buy the nice things I want. Oh, Sean's on the phone. We're gonna have to be doing this for a while, guys.
Yep.
Yay.
Well, and then when Sal was talking about the sociological thing of, like, people having to work or whatever, I watched Kill Bill this week, and the thing that Bud talks about right before fucking his final scene is, like, fucking the number one killer of old people is retirement, because it's almost like
boredom.
they have nothing to do.
Yeah. Death by boredom.
They built their life up with work, and now that they don't have work, what the fuck do they have?
Well, lots of lottery tickets and cruises.
The answer is do something creative. And don't you fucking tell me, don't you ever fucking tell me I'm not a creative person. You are. You just haven't flexed your muscle enough. The thing about creativity is there's talent and then there's not talent. You don't need talent to be creative. Just create something. Take something that you love, say like a movie, They Live, and use, like, say you're playing a role-playing game, make that character, one of the characters from They Live, in your role-playing game. You've done something creative. You just need to realize that your creative thing may not be something to make money off of, but do something. Be creative.
Stick your dick in a paint can and then freaking just swivel around like a goddamn can.
There you go. And then just, like, whip your dick in a piece of paper and see what comes out.
Exactly.
I'm sure Paulie dipped his dick and then, like, whipped it at the canvas a few times. So I'm saying, like, you don't have to be creative. You don't have to be talented to create. Being talented means you can probably make a living off it. But if you do creative enough, you can build it up like a skill. It's like a muscle in your brain.
Yeah.
So if you want to be good at writing, just write a lot, even if you never show anybody.
Yep. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
Stop being frustrated with me in my life and live your life better.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that's a good, like, equating it to flexing or exercising a muscle is a good way of putting it, because I've found that when I don't do creative things for a long time and then try to get back to it, it's really hard. But when I'm doing things frequently of that type, it's not as hard. I mean, it's still hard because it's creativity, and you still got to, figure stuff. But it's not as difficult as if I've been away from it for a long time.
Right.
So.
Well, and, like, anybody can create music. Not necessarily can be good right away.
Yeah.
But you learn. You're like, you create music and then someone shits all over it and you go, oh, I see. I hate this person for being a shitty person, but I see what I can do different now.
Yeah.
Better.
Thanks, Robolicious Gamer. I'm still getting glitches. I don't think the glitches are actually from the camera. I think it's something with my USB port. Well, that can't be fixed. Oh, well. I'll try a different USB port next time.
Get a new USB port.
Well,
I'm not
so
glitching at all. So.
Very, very. It's nowhere near as bad as the other one. Like the other one, I'm sure was also a dying camera, but I don't know. But anyway, yes, that was actually Rosie calling. She was at the mall across the street with one of her friends from school, and they were having an outdoor screening of Moana. And they had like face painting and food and activities for the kids and stuff. It was all free, so she wanted to go with her friend. I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. So, okay, now as we talked about, I think last week, BC has had like major fire problems for the past like month and a half or more. Apparently, it's some kind of record. We haven't had rain in like 54 days straight.
Yeah, the Northwest should have rain. Damn it,
which is really unusual for here. Even during the dry heat of summer, we usually get at least a few days of rain in the middle somewhere. So, of course, what happens? The day that they go to have the outdoor movie, it starts pouring rain. So that was Rose calling and says, yeah, Dad, it's pouring rain out, so I was wondering if we could maybe just do a sleepover instead. Like, I got invited to do a sleepover at her place, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Why not? You haven't had a sleepover for a while, and, they live just up, like, not even a 5-minute walk away.
Life,
so
child, live your life.
So it's like, yes, way to find a plan B, and that would be probably more long fun anyway because it's overnight. So yeah, so basically she's just gonna swing by and get some PJs and maybe a stuffy or something to take with her, and then they're gonna drop her off here in the afternoon, which basically means I have the evening free.
Oh,
and I have rum and Coke. Just saying, as a completely unrelated thing.
Oh, God.
And
we should play Death Warrior.
I have a shelving unit that I have not built yet. Do you see where my train of thought is going here?
Let's hope yours doesn't fucking break like mine did.
Oh my God.
I am thinking this is a sign from the heavens.
Again.
That So we'll see. We'll wait for Rose to come pick up her stuff. I'm gonna finish my coffee. This will be my filling up my stomach before alcohol, coffee, and then.
Well, when you start drinking, let me know because I will go grab me a beer.
You're mixing uppers
Sweet.
and downers, which means that you're gonna have to drink more to get wasted.
I don't know. Well, at this stage, I'm just trying to wake up. I'm just trying to wake up from my nap. So yes.
Mixing uppers and downers, man.
Oh, we need.
I'm doing the Elvis thing. That's how Elvis died, having uppers and downers like all the time.
Except it was like pills, to be fair.
Well, and probably the lots and lots of cheeseburgers didn't help either.
The peanut butter and fried chicken sandwiches or some shit like that.
Ooh, I have frozen fried chicken. I could make fried chicken. Could totally Elvis it up tonight.
I have a really good idea. Rum and Coke drunk live streaming on Twitch.
Oh God.
Depth.
Playing something badly.
Yes. Please play Depth, or if you can buy.
Well, maybe that's what we can do. Is I'll do the shelf building. Get that done because it's been sitting there for like 3 months.
And when you're properly drunk after that,
then play some games. Yes. So just be an all-night Twitch fest. What do you think, guys? All night on Twitch?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's good. It's also, I should mention, today was my last day at work for 2 weeks. So I'm officially on vacation for the next 2 weeks. So what better way to celebrate than by completely destroying myself on the first night? Yes!
I'm also finally off for 4 days.
Yay! And actually, Garbage Gamer and I both had the same thought from completely different parts of the world where, hey, I could really use a nap.
Hey, we both landed on vacation. Let's sleep!
Yes! Hell yes! Now you're talking. But, yeah, it was glorious. I was, like, barely able to keep my eyes open during the last little bit of work. My supervisor is the most awesome supervisor in the world. He's like, hey, tell me about the problems with these new tools we've been using that you've been having. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. So pull up an account, and it's like, yeah, it's this new thing to reset the cable box. It doesn't seem to be working properly. And it's like, oh, okay, let's go over to my desk, and we'll load it up, and we'll fuck around with it and see if we can figure it out. So we're basically like legitimately trying to figure out why this stupid new program is not functioning the way it is intended to. And we've been working at it for about 45 minutes. And he looks at the clock and he says, by the way, I by this point, normally I would have given up on this, but I know you're starting your vacation in 28 minutes, so I figured, whatever, we'll just fuck around with it until you're off. I'm like, okay. And I just said, and this is why I love you. You are the best soup in the world. So, yeah.
Aziz says, Garbage Gamer's chair is very reflective.
Reflective. Oh my god, speaking of reflective, you should have heard the farts in the bathroom today. Hey! Speaking of farts in the bathroom, here's Rosie.
1 sec, I gotta be really
Hi,
quick.
Rosie.
Okay. What are you...
I tried getting a Markiplier mustache and I failed.
It should have been pink.
Why? Because she's a girl?
No, because Markiplier's mustache is pink.
That's true.
Yeah, War Stash, man. Get with the times.
That's right.
I don't watch Markiplier, so I didn't know that.
He's good. He's fun.
Yeah, I had no problem with him, like, as a person.
We watched... Actually, the last time Rose was here, he did, like, one of those choose-your-own-adventure style videos. It was called A Date with Markiplier. And it was freaking hilarious. Like, it just goes completely in some very strange directions. You get, like, kidnapped by some guy who's going to kill you and eat you, and then... You end up fighting like zombies and stuff, and
You don't fight zombies.
you don't fight zombies. Sorry, I'm apparently making that part up. But anyway, there was lots of crazy, funny, silly stuff, and it was really entertaining.
To be fair, I don't watch a lot of people play games at all.
No.
Other than you and like Overwatch gameplay. I watch a lot of Overwatch gameplay.
The funny thing is, he does a lot of gameplay videos. I do watch a few, and obviously that's what he's mainly known for. But funny enough, both him and PewDiePie, I tend not to watch their gaming videos as much as their non-gaming ones, like those that are just kind of talking about stuff or blogging or just silly random things like the date video.
I watch Boogie for his blogs. I don't watch pretty much anything else.
Yeah, I really like how PewDiePie's been doing more of the blog stuff. By the way, I think it's a good direction for him.
Blogs are hot again, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
So then start them too.
Restart that. I used to do them. That was my primary thing for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe I'll bring it back.
That's why I've been doing the vlog stuff, because it's actually getting more views than my fucking pickups, which pickup videos were the thing for like 2 years. So
yeah. Right now at the moment my pickup videos are getting the most. But yeah, I could probably do some vlogging. I got stuff to talk about.
On top of all of that, long form videos are actually in fashion right now. 30-minute videos are popular. 20 to 30
Finally!
minutes. 30 minutes, and they're really popular.
I knew if we kept doing what we were doing, the rest of the world would come around eventually.
I certainly wasn't worried about it.
I think it's also because people like to... Okay, hold on a second. I'm just going to think about it real quick. Hold on a second.
But yeah, so it's kind of cool. Like, all the things we already do, they're starting to come back around.
We were just ahead of the curve, all right?
And then behind the ball, and then it was ahead of the ball. It's like a circle. We keep going, whoa, whoa.
It's like that episode of Ed, Edd, and Eddy.
Every few years, you get a chance to be relevant again.
Yeah. Don't worry, in 15 years, we'll be back on top. A line from that episode of Ed, Edd, and Eddy you were talking about. I know exactly which one it is. It's the they try to get it like ahead of a trend.
Yeah, they try to find the next fad.
The next fad. Oh yeah, that's when they create the fad freaky.
They grow up so fast. All right, let's get drunk.
You whiny bitch.
I found a giant testicle in space.
Cool.
You want to see it?
Sure.
No.
Show me your giant testicle.
Go fuck yourself.
I
don't want to see it.
See? I found a giant testicle in space.
Look at the Death Star.
Look at that giant testicle.
Look at the Death Star in space.
Space.
Incredible. Oh,
condensation.
Somebody looks like. Okay.
Now, how do you know it's a testicle and not just a flat disc?
Earth is flat.
Shut the fuck up, Eddie Bravo. Jesus.
It's very round.
And the pictures of Earth from the satellites are fucking composites, man. They're not real.
Photoshop. Fake.
My favorite part is it's a conspiracy that somehow you're supposed to make money with.
Yeah.
How do you make money on the world being flat?
Don't know.
What
By
Eric is
selling
showing you right
more
now.
maps.
Nobody has a fucking reasonable answer to that question.
Well, maps are flat, therefore the Earth is flat.
And it's turning the friggin' frogs gay.
I'm just curious, how do you monetize a flat Earth? Because if you can monetize a flat Earth, you can monetize anything. Dude.
The best one I heard was that it's like, well, how do you explain the North and South Pole? Well, that's easy. There is no South Pole. It's just a giant ice wall.
Right.
Like what? It's like, yeah, the entire Earth is surrounded by a giant wall of ice.
And we're fending off against the Ice King. And his army of icy...
So see, that's why things don't just fall off the Earth, because they're held in by the ice wall.
Like say, if not for that ice wall, Titanic would have just fallen off the Earth. Thankfully, it just sank.
Thankfully, wow.
That is the... Yeah, see, no, it's glitching. What the fucking fuck?
You're obsessed about it.
I am.
It's glitching. No!
Is that the new update to No Man's Sky? It is.
I also would like to...
I was going to say that, but everybody was talking about, like, fucking conspiracy theories and shit.
The window for the guest, Sean, is, like, 10 pixels too small on the bottom. You need to, like, stretch it out a little bit. There's, like, a big black bar at the bottom, underneath everybody.
What?
If you look at the guest display there, like, there's a black bar at the bottom of the window there.
Also, the
Guest
Y
display.
is too far away from the T. And
Oh, shut the fuck up. We know.
Okay, hold on. The guest display. I don't actually know what you're talking about.
I will show you. One
What
second.
did I just
I can
unplug?
just
Oh,
take a
that is not the
screenshot.
camera. Where the fuck have I got the camera plugged in? Yeah, that's not the camera.
We're just going to unplug everything until it finds.
Where do you want me to send this to?
he's gonna
this
he's gonna
the camera?
switch to
No,
the
that's
power.
the power cable. No.
Sean, where do you want me to send this link to?
No. Hold on. Is this the camera? This is the camera.
Sean, where do you want the link sent to, Sean?
Hold on. Wait a second. It's coming back. Oh, I love how it froze on my bald spot. There we go. Okay. Okay.
So you admit it.
We're good.
So where do you want me to send this link, Sean?
What link? What are you talking about?
I took a screenshot of the part I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know. Throw it in the Discord.
Okay. I just need to know where you want
Just
me to
like
put
just like a PM or something.
it. Okay, I'll PM it to you right now.
Awesome. I'm gonna look at it as soon as it comes.
As soon as I can. I mean, what?
As soon as you come into my
Wrong button.
inbox.
Copy. Paste image. Oh, love they updated Discord so I can paste images. You see how there's a black bar between the guest bar thing and the bottom of the image there?
Oh, yeah. I can't do anything about that.
You can expand the window a bit more to hide it. And then you get the frame.
You're talking about the line that the yeah, hold on a second.
I assume that's an overlay, right? So you can move it underneath it.
It's actually just Eric's view. If I go to the other ones, you see you guys actually fill the screen.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So blame Garbage Gamer and his wonky display thing.
He's showing the camera in his dark room, so that makes sense now.
Is it also? Are you filming the screen? No, you're not filming the screen though, right?
Yeah, he just pointed at the screen. Just have the camera point to the screen. I figured that out now. I thought he was screen sharing.
Oh,
No,
hold on.
he's not.
I am screen sharing.
He is screen sharing.
Whoa, that's so weird that it puts it like that.
That's what I was trying to say. You're like, no, he's not. I'm like, I am screen sharing.
Yeah. Is
It looks like
Is this a VR game?
No, this is No Man's Sky.
Well, what
I
the
wish
fuck?
it was VR, though.
That'd be pretty rad.
They
That's
promised
one of
it
the things Eric was saying.
Oh, I don't know.
He would love it
How hard
if
is
this
this
game
to
is
play the
more
game
if it
in
was.
my view is the camera. I just don't get it. You look around. Anyway.
Don't know. I don't know. Should we do pickups?
Okay.
Sure, 'cause there's
there
not
are more
many.
things to talk about, too, so...
Yeah, I think there was some geeky things that happened this week in the week of geek.
I have 6 pickups, by the way.
All
I have
right.
2.
Whoa.
People
this
are. Yes. Okay. I have 5. And
I have like
Skin Slip has none.
Broke. I'm broke, bitch.
What do you have, Zach?
2.
2. All right. Let's do you. Let's do you for. Holy shit! What is going on here? Seriously, like, why is my camera spazzing? Why are all the cameras spazzing?
Glitch. Oh my god.
Did you see it?
I saw it that time, yeah.
Yeah, it's done that a few times now. I don't know what's going on.
How many items are hooked onto the one? You have it hooked into a hub or directly to the computer?
Directly into the motherboard, like directly into like one of the main USBs.
Did you try a different plug?
This is the second one I've tried. It's doing the same thing on both of them.
Well, you're gonna need a new motherboard.
I know you have a hub, right? Try just plugging it into your hub real quick.
I don't have the hub hooked up. Oh,
Well,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have a PCI Express
Let's
card.
go to the hub.
Plug it in there.
Yeah, like try something with external power, as I'm saying. It may not be enough power because it might be underpowered for whatever
I
reason.
mean, clearly Sean isn't drunk enough for this, so.
I had a faulty
Hang
USB plug on one of my
It's
motherboards. It wouldn't power enough of the. It wouldn't power
Almost.
enough.
Almost. There we are.
Wow, this one is just garbage. Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Well, it's worse. How is that worse?
I love that it got worse. Just like, what the hell? No, that's that's my experience with hubs typically. Actually,
Okay,
is
where,
that it isn't as good a quality.
okay, where's that
It's
SpongeBob?
a little better.
where it
The
goes,
frame
"Dude,
rate,
I got a new camera.
the frame rate is ass now, though. Oh no, it's back. It's
It just takes a moment. You're gonna reel up.
kinda. All right. I don't know. I took it off. I have an extension USB. I took it off that.
Your mother
Oh,
has an
that'll do it
extension.
too.
It didn't have a problem with it before, but I don't know. Yeah, the last one I did was I have a PCI Express card for additional USB ports, just USB 2 ports, and I plugged it in there, and that's where it just looked like ass. That's not bad. It's actually not as smooth as it was. Like, what's... I don't know. What is this USB 2 or 3 that I plugged into?
I'll tell you right now. It's not as glitchy, but it's still, and it maybe not has the same frame rate. It still looks good. I don't think anyone's gonna fucking notice. You're the only one who will notice. To be fair. That's like bad frame rate or glitchy.
There. So I'm disconnecting all the extraneous stuff.
And end of all this, it may just be the software too.
Yeah, speaking of which, so in all their infinite wisdom, Logitech does not actually have a proper driver for this camera that works with their own software. There is a driver that works, it's in part of their... Fucking hell, it's just... Oh my god, this is really pissing me off. I don't know why it's doing this.
Might be XSplit. Might be causing the problem.
I don't know. Maybe.
What the hell?
Let me, hold on a second. Let me just jump over here. Okay. So this looks... See, now it's all choppy and garbagey. Like, I don't know what's going on here. So we go back. We gotta go back into the Hangout. Hold on. Whoa,
Where's the
trippy.
input button?
There we go.
Whoa!
I don't know.
I watched the glitch happen and go all the way down the tunnel.
Oh. Awesome. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll,
I'll report in 5 minutes. Listen to Steve.
Oh, thanks. Jealousy Nico says, have you tried turning it off and then turning it back on?
Thank you.
KKK uniform is terrible.
It's all helpful. Okay, pickups? Pickup.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just going to have to live with it. I'll, before we do the drunken shelf building, I'll reboot everything and reset everything and fart around with it a bit.
Try to figure it out.
And then, yeah. Okay, now, pickups, sure. Zach, go. You have the con.
I got Harvey.
Nice!
Cool.
I've never
on
actually
Vivid,
seen that.
but I figured I'm an actor now. I could probably
I
watch
saw
it.
that the
Get
first
some
time,
tips.
like last month. That was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I've been wanting to
man.
see it for ages. I love James Stewart.
And then in the children's section with a nice long description of parental advisory that this is only for adults, not for children, not recommended for children. Ren and Stimpy show.
Oh, I thought it was going to be your Atsuki Doji, Legend of the Overfiend.
Nope. But this does have my two favorite episodes on it.
Oh, yeah?
The Stimpy's fart
Stinky!
and call the police.
Rubber nipple salesman, yep.
Oh god.
I love that. The first 2 seasons were the best. That was before John Kay said, "Fuck you, Nickelodeon," and Billy West ended up having to do almost every single voice in the show, and they sanitized the fuck out of it. But the first 2 were great. It was good, edgy, crazy, just nuts humor.
Fucked up humor.
Very fucked up. Gloriously so. Alright, that's everything? Alright, cool.
Yep.
Why? Okay, now it's screen sharing me into the Google Hangout.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know why it's doing that, but okay, enjoy the tiny view of yourselves, guys.
Okay.
Okay, this was supposed to fix problems, not make more.
Well,
Oh,
I just noticed that, like, whoa.
Where's the guy from Happy Gilmore going?
Whee! I don't know. Was that it? Was that all the 60 frames per secondness that we get, and now it's going to be like this forever? Great. Thanks, Logitech. Good job.
Hey, we promised you 60 frames. We didn't promise them like forever.
They would- Yeah.
forever.
We didn't promise them all at the same time.
All right, Stout, what do you got?
Okay. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
All right.
We got on Zach's recommendation, Billy Lynn's Longest Time Walk on 4K.
Good movie.
Don't have 4K yet, but I watched it on Blu-ray.
It's worth having on 4K as it is just for the 60 frames per second version.
I thought so. 60
Oh, that's
frames.
cool.
And it was $15, so I was like, heck yeah. And
Yeah.
the movie is actually pretty good. So yeah,
Yeah, I've been meaning to see that.
I got Invaders from Mars on Skin Slips recommendation.
Hey!
It's
It's
a
a Toby Hooper film.
A Tobe Hooper film.
Toby.
Good old Tobe.
They said Poe Pooper film.
Hey, it's a Shout Factory title, and it was under $10.
I saw that in the theater with my mother.
God, you're old. I mean, I saw them VHS when I was like 10.
She saw the original when she was a kid, so she wanted to take me to see the remake. So I actually liked that one. It's fun.
I hadn't seen it in so long that I saw it a few times on TV, and then like it had been years, like 20 years almost, when I
Wow.
bought Blu-ray. I was like, oh, this is
Disney
so good.
Movie Club order came in.
Hey,
Ooh,
bro,
I got
where are
this.
ya?
I got Oh Brother Where Art Thou as
It
part
would
of it, just because it came to like after the 60% off that I got, it came to $8. So I was like, yeah, that's probably the best price I've ever seen. On
Sean,
this.
it would actually be, hey, bro, why are you?
Why are you?
Yeah.
Why? Hold on.
Got the Disney Movie Club exclusive Cool Runnings.
I can't put my helmet down.
Cool Runnings.
And then
Get off the cord! Alright.
the real reason
Uh-huh.
the real reason that I made the order from Disney Movie Club were these two movies that I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe they're on Blu-ray now. Oh my god.
Oh, my
How I
God.
Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, that's a classic.
And it looks freaking gorgeous. The transfer is amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So they
please
scrubbed
go
all
for
the
it.
grain away and
Oh.
it looks nice and smooth now? Perfect.
No, it's plenty of green.
Now, does it have the Roger Rabbit cartoon with it?
No.
What?
Well, fuck that release.
That was the whole reason I rented it in the first place.
That's a shame.
It
I
was
will keep my
a new
VHS.
Roger Rabbit short with a bonus movie.
Like, I wouldn't complain if they put them on the Who Framed Roger Rabbit Blu-ray as an extra, but they didn't.
I got Honey, I Blew Up the Kid as well.
Uh,
The transfer wasn't as good, but
Now, I don't like that movie, but I love the special effects used in that. And there is an episode of Movie Magic, behind the scenes Movie Magic, which is a show that aired on the Discovery Channel 20 fucking years ago. And they went in depth about like the force perspective and all that shit on that movie, and it's really interesting. And I really wish that show would get a release, but still, good stuff. Anyway, I
yes,
appreciate that.
like all Disney Movie Club exclusives, to my knowledge, there are no special features on them.
Yeah,
Cool.
some of them have. I think a few have trailers, but not all of them.
Woohoo.
And I don't like any of them listed.
Like the whole big deal about, oh, this is only available on Disney Movie Club. That's it. That's
Yep.
the big deal there.
And
That's
I'm
what makes it
sure they
special,
charge more.
nothing
than
else.
fucking-
Hey, Stout, I think there's a ghost in that box behind you there. It keeps trying to open that book.
It looks
Is
like
there
Ted
a-
Danson.
Oh, it's a
I don't mean to alarm you, but
Your ghosts are trying to learn to read.
There's a fan blowing right over there that's pointing directly at it. So
excellent. Well, way to destroy the mystery. You're supposed to go, what? Ah! And then it became Stoud the Ghostbuster show / Paranormal Activity reenactment.
Paranormal Stoutivity.
Yes. All right. Is that everything? Is that all of them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Garbage Gamer, do you have anything this week?
I have 3.
Holy shit. It's
I know.
incredible.
1
physical, 2 digital.
Sweet.
All right, so I'll start with the physical.
The physical.
Let's
get physical.
I got a little jealous last InSaNiTy, so I caved.
Uh-huh.
Bought shit in Godzilla.
Ah, yes. Very nice.
So,
I still
yes,
not watched it.
Neither have
I
I.
still-
Love the black Blu-ray case that
That
it
is
comes
very
in.
nice, yes.
So yes, I now.
We all love some Godzillas.
And as I promised last week, I said I would have a couple more VR games I would have bought, and I did. So share screen. So the first one I picked up is Res Infinite.
It's on my wish list.
Rez.
Res Infinite is a game with VR features added. So it does play in VR, like you can use the head tracking to target and aim, but it's not a built from the ground up VR based game. So, but still,
Okay.
it's like a hell of a lot of fun. It's
Rez.
Res. If you've never played Res, where
It's a remake of Res, so if you don't have Res, get the fucking game. That's the answer.
yeah,
There you go.
Because it's
Very
cheaper
simple.
than finding the fucking PS2. At least I think it's like $60 or $70 now. Pretty expensive.
and then got another game that's
For a new game.
somewhat of a remake / adaptation of a very old Atari game and arcade game. We have VR Invaders,
Ah.
which is like a futuristic Space Invaders like VR game.
So they try to
Where-
land directly on your face?
Well, I played a bit of it, and you use the 2 move controllers, and it's one of those you're given. You have hands, and you're given a gun and a shield, and you have to like shield yourself, and you're like in like a weird room, and like all these robots are trying to invade the room, and you have to prevent them from invading the room. And it gets really intense because they come right up on you, and so yeah, it's like an adaptation of the old, very simple Space Invaders. You're in space.
The old Atari 2600 VR game.
Yes. Wouldn't that be amazing if someone made a Atari-looking VR game?
That'd be pretty rad. I would play that.
I would play the shit out of that.
Yep.
Yes, just cover me in all your retro spooge.
There is one actually you would really like. I've been waffling on it. Some people say it's pretty good. Some people say there's not enough VR in it to worth the purchase. But there actually is a version of Super Stardust in VR, where like you can play the normal mode in VR, or like the whole world is 3D, but like you're just playing the normal game. But there's also like a first-person mode where you're in the ship.
How the heck would that work?
And it's like playing like Battlezone.
That would be really hard.
Um,
Because I remember when 3D first sort of happened for games and Blu-rays, they put out a 3D version of Super Stardust, and even just playing it in 2D, you can see how it would be really spectacular in 3D. Like there's a lot of depth and whatnot to the
Major
visuals.
Motoko says that. Yeah, Super Stardust VR is has a land-based game mode where you're like on the planet in like a tank shooting at the same enemies that would be circling around the planet.
So it's kind of different, kind of the same but different.
Yeah, it's like it's like Res Infinite. It's like an added VR feature. It's not a built from the ground up VR game.
Yeah, I really like Super Stardust. It's fun. It's kind of my go-to when I just want to have some mindless shooter action.
Oh yeah,
it's really fun.
Yeah, speaking of Battlezone, actually, there is a Battlezone VR.
Yes.
And I would own it if it wasn't like $45.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some of these like bigger title VR games that they're like, ooh, 90-minute experience, and it's like $50.
It's like 50 cents a minute.
Yeah.
What is this, a phone sex line? Come on.
Put it into perspective, Job Simulator was $39.
Holy shit.
Games are not cheap.
That's because, they had to buy technology and, spend time figuring it out.
And it's still relatively new, so...
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
That's the big thing.
A lot of indie developers are doing VR experience things.
That's what most of these are. These are, Perfect, Job Simulator, Sports Bar, even Fruit Ninja. Yeah. They were all independently developed. Like, there's very little in the way of AAA VR experiences, and most of them are stuff like the Call of Duty one, where they're just they're little experiences. They're not full games.
Mm-hmm.
They're like additional.
I would think it would be a fairly straightforward thing to add that function to first-person shooter games.
It should, right? But it's not for some reason.
No. I guess part of the reason is because a lot of them use a lot of what they call smoke and mirrors to make it appear that the world is bigger than it is. Yeah. But if you were to see it in full VR, you would see all the cheats. And it wouldn't be as immersive.
Really, the only super big AAA title that I can think of, that's an entire game, many hours, is Resident Evil 7.
Ah.
That can be played entirely in VR, which is
that would be terrifying.
Yes. Imagine Dead Space on a whole new level.
I was thinking, but somebody was watching my original Dead Space playthrough, and just commented and says, "Watch this in 2008. We'll watch again in 2017." I'm like, cool, thank you. I loved the comment. But it got me to thinking, next year is the 10th anniversary of Dead Space. Halloween, October 2018 will be the 10th anniversary of the release of the original. So might have to do something to celebrate that, I think, considering that was such a big sort of hit on my channel back when it originally came out.
Just hold up the case for the game says, it's the 10th anniversary. Dun dun.
The end.
I don't know, maybe a nightmare mode. Try to maybe, not really a speed run, or just a night run through just to see how far you can get in one night. Kind of thing. As a celebration of the game. Stop paying attention.
Sorry, I got a message. Apothecrain is in the house here somewhere. I see her in the list. She was having a little trouble getting in, I think. Oh no, she's there. Yeah, I see her in the chat. Yay! Welcome. Where are you? There. Hi.
But yeah, that was kind of my original reason why I held off so long for getting any kind of VR, is because for many people, you were worried that there wasn't going to be enough content to warrant your very expensive purchase. You're going to have a very expensive headset with nothing to do.
Yay!
So
I can play all the demos that came with it.
Over and over and over.
All right, so oh fuck! And there they all go. Hold on. I picked up a stack of them, and then all the ones in the middle just squirted out onto the floor. Hold on.
Sexy.
So you can, yes. The PS Fjord. I tried to say
the PS Fjord.
I tried to say Fjord.
The PS Fjord.
The PS Fjord.
Fjord.
PS Fjord.
Fjord.
The PS VR you can watch a 3D Blu-ray movie in a theater setting.
Yes.
Which is very interesting.
There was someone who commented on my recent sci-fi horror Blu-ray update where I was talking about the demise of 3D in it, and guys with the TVs and everything, and he said that he said, dude, don't worry too much about the death of 3D TVs. I watch 3D movies through my Oculus Rift, and it's freaking amazing.
Oh my
Like,
god!
Yeah.
But the favorite part about that
So-
Oculus Rift, actually, isn't there there's a program where you can sit in a theater and watch movies, right?
That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, where you can
Yeah.
actually
You can do
sit
it
in a
in,
virtual
uh,
theater.
That's why I want it. It's the only reason
Yeah.
I want it. I can sit and watch movies in a theater without leaving my house.
So he was saying that he watched Kong Skull Island 3D that way, and it was just fantastic. So
It's a good movie. Oh my
there
god!
you go.
Yeah, I watched Captain America: Civil War
Nice.
That was good.
Very cool.
in 3D.
All right, so here's what I got. Mostly DVD, funny enough, because the stuff I got on DVD is not available on Blu-ray, so it was the only option. So first up, picked up, and this one, I don't know why this is still not on Blu-ray. I'm actually kind of surprised, but picked it up anyway, and on the plus side, it was cheap. Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Is that a Paramount release?
That is a Warner Brothers release, actually.
Okay. No idea why that's not been released yet.
No clue, but it's a nice DVD edition. It's got tons of extras on it, but
I'd be shocked if that was like next year's Halloween release.
maybe, I don't know. But I mean,
I should probably watch that one.
there is a 1080p.
Right.
There is a high def master floating around out there if you poke around a bit. So
I think it's available on digital. That's why I bet you
Yeah.
it'll come out next year for Halloween.
So, but I figured in the meantime, I want obviously to support the official release. So I'll probably watch the high def one that's floating around, but then have this in the collection for the extras and to support the movie.
Yep.
But I figured, I'm planning to do the Universal Monster stuff this Halloween. I'm going to be doing Young Frankenstein. It's like, well, I have to do this one too, which is freaking hilarious. And I haven't seen it in a long time too. So
Month and a half.
yeah, I know. Well, it's my 2 weeks off. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in preparation. So just make a big dent in it this next couple weeks. All right, so the next up, some miniseries adaptations here. We have Frankenstein, The True Story, which apparently is really
Hey, Sean,
good.
I got my camera locked.
What? Oh, I do, yeah. Sorry.
I'm like, why am I not fading away?
I haven't been saying anything. I've been trying to make it go away with the power of my mind. All right. So we have Frankenstein, The True Story, which was a miniseries event from the, it's like 1971, 1973? I don't know, early 70s anyway. And then around the same time, from Dan Curtis, we have Frankenstein, another TV adaptation, which also is apparently quite good, but kind of got overshadowed by this one, because this one has bigger name actors in it. So, very cool. And then, just to mix it up a bit, I got Frankenstein, which is a more recent miniseries version. This one stars Luke Goss, Alec Newman, William Hurt, and Donald Sutherland. So, pretty cool. These are all pretty cheap, too. The latest one is actually Mill Creek.
Starring William Hurt.
Yes. And then finally, the one Blu-ray I got, I actually picked this up the other day. I've been looking for it. The Sunrise Records had one left. Everybody else had just the DVD. And I was like, fuck's sake, I want the Blu-ray. Getting swifty. Got season 2 of Rick and Morty. So there you go. Very nice. So all 10 glorious episodes. Lots of cheesy extras. And there we go. So yeah, so there you go. So I'm all up to date on the Rick and Morty-ness. Season 3, I think, is in the middle of airing right now, so it's going to be a while before we see the Blu-ray for that one. They're like 3 or 4 episodes in, I think.
Did you see where the creators got like fucking half a gallon of...
oh, the Szechuan sauce! Yes! Yeah. Yes, I did. That was awesome. Yeah, it was great. It was with a big letter from McDonald's that said, yeah, we found a dimension where it's 1998 all the time. So we just loaded up on Szechuan sauce for you, but we couldn't leave the portal open too long because then all the 1998-ness would spill into our world. Can you imagine what that would be like? That would be horrible. So, yeah. So it was a very, very nice gesture on their part. So... yeah, so that's it for my pickups. That's it. So some stuff for the Halloweens, and I got a couple things coming in the mail as well. I'll just tell you what they are, and then I'll show you when they get here. So with the Looney Tunes Platinum Collection, I really wanted to get the Tom and Jerry Golden Collection as well, which is another Blu-ray set. Notable in that it is apparently the original uncut, uncensored versions of the earliest Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yep, so all the racism is intact.
All the racism is intact. Yes, Mammy Two Shoes is back, and in all her two-shoesedness glory, hitting Thomas with the broom and everything. But yeah, so that's, which I think is awesome that they did that, because a lot of those have not been seen in probably 20, 30 years in their original form.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. So so that, and then speaking of, you know, more Halloweenness, I have the BBC miniseries adaptation, early 70s miniseries adaptation of Dracula with Louis Jordan in the title role. It's apparently fantastic, and I really want to check it out. I always remember Louis Jordan as Anton Arcane from the Swamp Thing movie, the first Swamp Thing movie. But apparently he makes a great Dracula, so looking forward to checking that out.
I actually watched an adaptation of Dracula this week.
Oh yeah, which one?
Because of my production of Dracula, the Coppola version.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one's on my. I've got that one as well. That's.
I'm definitely picking that up on 4K when it comes out.
Yeah, that's my reviewing list this year.
It's other than the accents of the problem.
Yes.
Everything else about the movie was fucking beautiful.
They have, yeah. There was. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember my issues basically being the same. Was I really liked the visuals of it? Like, it's just a gorgeous film to look at, and really brings that sort of gothic horror world alive. There's just so much stuff to see too that isn't necessarily called not necessarily that has attention called to it, but just things for you to discover as a viewer, going on in the background and whatnot. So it's really quite pretty. Yeah, the biggest issues I had was Keanu and Winona's horribly fake English accents. Two actors that I normally enjoy, but it just kind of made me cringe. I did like
just their accents were the only problem with their performance.
Yeah.
Everything else was fine.
Otherwise, they were fine. Yeah, Gary Oldman, always a delight, and just having a blast with that role. And of course, you can't go wrong with Anthony Hopkins as Van Helsing. Like, come on.
Genius casting for like a small bit part in that movie. Tom Waits is fucking Renfield.
Oh, was it? Okay, it's been a lot. I didn't even remember.
I did not expect that. I was like, wow.
That's great. But yeah, interestingly enough, Jess Franco, in one of the extras for Count Dracula, the Christopher Lee one that I watched last week, had some interesting remarks about the Coppola version, because it was interesting that they asked him about what do you think of that version, because the Coppola version was always touted as being one of the more faithful adaptations of the book, and he said, well, see, the problem with the Coppola version is that Dracula falls in love, and Dracula does not love. He is pure evil.
He is loveless.
He is a predator. He just wants to kill and perpetuate his own existence, his own youth.
He wants to rape and pillage.
Essentially, yeah, he does. He said that was the one problem he had with it. He says otherwise it looked great and it was really good, but we just didn't understand why they went with a love angle for it. But yeah,
we have to humanize Dracula. He's too much of a monster.
Well, yes. He is a monster. That's kind of the point.
Classic monsters.
Like, if you reading the book, you really get into just how evil he is, like, and how he manipulates situations for his own gain and stuff. Like, even just the first section of the book, the first 50 pages or so, which is when Jonathan Harker first shows up. And he's giving him the going over the deed and everything for the place in London and blah 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 blah. All the shit he puts Harker through in the span of a couple of months that he's there, it just gets ridiculous. Like, it just makes him like a total prisoner and unable to just even cope. Like, he fucks with him so much during that first 50 pages of the book. And it starts out very subtle and very calculated, and then almost where he lets Harker discover what's going on for himself. Wow, camera, just calm the fuck down. And then, and then eventually, as Harker sort of uncovers what's going on, Dracula just doesn't even hide it anymore. It's like, yep, I'm evil, and you're my prisoner, ha ha. And now it's too late for you to do a damn thing about it.
That's why I like the 1979 version. It's, I think, the best.
I'm really looking forward to watching that one again. I really don't remember much about it. It's
evil sounding.
Oh, it was Frank Langella, man. He is the sex.
The manipulative piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
See that? Now that's Dracula. There is like he's manipulative and seductive, but he does not love. That's the thing. Like he will seduce the shit out of you, and you will fall in love with him. But
I feel like Dracula loves, but not in the same way a human loves. He loves his creations because he created them, not because he has feelings for them. It's because he made that.
Yeah,
it's a plaything, and he likes his playthings, and you break his playthings, and not his thing. You know that's the kind of love he has. It's not the same kind of love as human.
No,
that's how
it's not human love. No.
Yeah, it's not human love. It's vampire love. It's
vampire love.
Ownership of someone else.
That's right.
That's the whole point, you know?
That sounds sexy. Vampire love.
Vampire love.
That sounds like an insect I don't want to be involved with, D-Large.
Vampire love?
Insect bit you. No. He said, an insect bit me last night. I'm itching everywhere. Like, holy crap. If an insect bit you and then you were literally itching all over your body, that would suck.
That's horrible.
I hope that's not what
Oh, God.
So, just seeing
News time?
Oh yeah, so news. What's new? You got some news happening here, Stout. You're obviously itching to tell. Apparently Justice League still in hella reshoots to the point where people are wondering how the hell it's going to be a coherent film by the end of it.
You gotta trust fucking dude. So many movies are hack jobs. You don't even fucking know this.
Yeah,
they're hits. So it happens, you know.
So I mean, it's going to be like half Zack Snyder, half Joss Whedon. I like both of those directors, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think Joss Whedon will be just fine mimicking Zack Snyder's style or whatever,
and
you know.
Maybe injecting
or melding the two.
I liked the movie, but it was too grainy.
All right.
So, Disney is creating their own streaming service.
Oh God, yes. Okay.
Yep.
No, it's been like what, a year since they put all their stuff exclusively on Netflix, and it's like, oh, on second thought, nah, we're just gonna do our own thing.
In 2 years, guys, you've got 2 years to watch your Disney
shit. 2 years to watch all things Disney on Netflix,
which includes Marvel more than
probably includes Marvel and Star Wars. So
they'll probably take off the exclusive shows. So the contracts will probably end at that point. It's probably why they're waiting until 2019.
Fuck. God damn it.
No, but they know it's happening, which means they can at least give us a definitive ending to the shows, so we won't get left hanging.
You think they're gonna do that?
If you want to decrease piracy, this is not what you do.
Yeah.
They actually let the shows finish. Their lowest performing show was that fucking Grove show, Hemlock Grove.
Yeah.
And, by the way, which is not very good at all. But the first season was good, the second was meh, but they knew that the show had a cliffhanger, so they gave them another season to finish off the show. So we'll at least get the ending to those Marvel shows, unless they are moving ownership. I don't know.
Regarding Justice League, Apothic Ranges says, I sat through Batman vs. Superman. I can watch anything DC throws at me. Well, there you go.
I like that movie.
It was better than Suicide Squad.
I still not watched it, so I can't. Oh, them's fighting words. Them's fighting words. Did you hear that? Skinslip just said it was better than Suicide Squad, so, okay,
yeah. Suicide Squad's a fucking mess.
Both movies were a mess, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
I haven't seen either one, so I can't say.
But
Batman vs. Superman had problems in the way it was written, and Suicide Squad was basically two different cuts of the movie shoved together.
Yeah. See, I just want to see Batman vs. Superman for the Ben Affleck's Batman, which I've heard he was great in it.
And then Wonder Woman was a movie that was done right.
I really liked Batman vs. Superman.
Really want to see Wonder Woman, yes.
I like Batman vs. Superman, even though it really messes up my favorite storyline that the whole Batman versus Doomsday storyline.
Oh yeah.
And so they fucked the whole thing up, and I don't. It's like 12 minutes of the movie. Like, oh, that was like a whole year of my life, you shitheads. You made it 12 minutes long. It's not okay.
Thanks.
12 minutes, 1 minute a month. There's your year.
Perfect.
Oh shit. Fuck you.
So maybe they could do a scene that adapts all of the long Halloween.
Adapt all of the. Kill me.
My thought is, since we're talking about DC, my thought is that Disney is going to take all their Marvel shows over to their streaming service.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I'm sure they'll. It's Disney. If
Well,
they
the
really want to
co-productions
do it,
with-
they can afford to do it.
Yeah.
Those
pay-
Marvel shows are co-productions with.
And they will pay whoever the fuck they have to if they want to.
What I'm saying is, I think it's a co-production is in almost all the productions with CBS type thing.
Who also
they
started
pay
their own streaming
CBS.
service.
CBS is owned by Disney. So I'm just saying, like, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem if they want to move the shows to the other channel, the other service. Is what I'm saying. trying to get at here.
Yeah.
I think so. They're either going to end or we're going to get them moved over. I think is what it's going to be.
I think they're going to move them over. The successful ones, at least.
Yeah, I can see either one happening, honestly.
But because Netflix is going to lose Marvel, what are they going to come back at Disney with?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they set up a relationship with DC.
No,
Maybe we start
they
to
did.
see some DC.
No,
shows.
you missed it. I posted in the Crane.
No,
right
I saw
after-
that too. But I'm saying they could easily still start a relationship with DC too.
But they don't need to now. They want their own. They want the control of everything with superheroes. So they bought the Millerverse, like Lock, Stock, and
The Millerverse?
the whole thing. Yeah, Kick-Ass, that guy.
Oh, Mark Miller. Oh, okay.
Well, this
Yeah.
stuff is now owned by Netflix, and he's over there making productions of that shit.
Was that
So,
independent? Because I know it was published
Yep.
by Marvel,
It was independent.
but it
It was
was
all creator-owned stuff.
creator-owned, eh? That's cool.
Ooh, so that could
I
mean
think that's what the plan
Kingsman
is.
series.
They bought that stuff and hope that Mark Miller will come and make some superhero shit, superheroes, right?
That'd be pretty cool.
And hopefully we'll get something cool out of it. Maybe they don't need Disney.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you get
PC anyway. I'm just
you
saying.
get some good creators in there. You know, I mean, really, it doesn't have to be all A-list recognizable stuff with decades of history. All it needs to be is a good, interesting show that people will want to watch. You know,
It was
I
funny
need to
because
watch
like
a Nightwing series. So
there's so. Sorry, go ahead.
Netflix put out got that announcement. Disney put out the announcement, and like 45 minutes later, Netflix like, we own the Millerverse. They're like, I see what you did here. That was the reason why I'm thinking that's happening.
There was also an article this week, like right after they announced Disney's done with their deal. Supposedly, they might have Netflix might be able to keep Star Wars and Marvel.
That'd
Supposedly,
be cool.
But I
So
don't know.
Disney would just kind of keep
it's all
specifically
speculation and
Disney
rumors.
stuff. Yeah.
I'd like to point out that Disney did this after making a very, 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 very large bid to buy Netflix lock, stock, and the whole thing.
Really?
Oh my God! So it was just this bitter.
Ah.
fucking thing,
So
right?
that's why they're doing. I'm saying they were making an offer. There was the rumors.
That
the
Who is
doesn't
the
smell
guy?
fishy.
We're not going to be
All
involved
week.
with you anymore.
The rumor mill all week was that Disney was trying to buy Netflix.
Wow.
That was in the rumor mill all week, and then that happened. I'm like, oh, I see. They couldn't come to an agreement, so they're just gonna take their own shit and go home. They're taking their toys and playing their own sandbox.
So I was gonna say, like, I mean, Disney has, to be fair, a huge back catalog of stuff. I mean, they could easily have content to fill a streaming channel forever. Just dive into the archives. I mean, the one positive thing about it is having their own streaming service means we could get to see a lot of stuff from the archives that hasn't been available in any form.
I want to see the Walt Disney tin collection. Those things better be on
That's
your
what, yeah,
service,
stuff like
or
that.
I'm not touching your streaming service until you put that shit up. That's the answer.
Stuff like that. Absolutely, like the old. How about old episodes of the Magical World of Disney?
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like all the old movies
All
and
of that. What
specials and
introduction-
miniseries.
And
Zorro,
all
El
the
Fego Baca.
they did different introductions in the 90s.
Zorro
Like
get like the Davy Crockett series that starred Tim Dunnigan, Captain Power.
that movie is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
The
It'd be-
Very good.
version. Sorry,
a lot of good stuff.
I'm not saying it could be very good.
And then just have like a
They could
block.
actually make this a very good streaming service, but
Have like an hour-long afternoon block of the classic cartoons. You know,
bad
the shorts.
news. The bad news is this: that they partnered with the same people who do the MLB TV and WWE Network, and that whole service, the whole platform.
oh god.
See, there it is. Oh god. So, but there's
No!
I think they bought that company, so maybe they'll fit better.
Yeah.
I hope they.
Yeah, Arta Matthews says, "Here's what Disney needs to do if they're gonna be going on their own. It should have everything, be a reasonable price." And then he says, "Make their Blu-rays cheaper." I don't think that's gonna happen. And
that
make
means
sure
we'll
the
get more
service.
Blu-rays because they'll find out what's popular and
And then he says, "And make sure the service can be used by at least 5 people, i.e., a family." Which I think is important. So maybe they could tier it, much like how Netflix does, based on how many TVs. Yeah.
So some of the other things that that Skin Slip pointed out Netflix recently announced, like right after that deal, where David Letterman is giving his own show on Netflix.
Oh, that's cool.
As are the Coen brothers. Coen
Nice.
brothers are doing a new project called Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Very cool. Major Matoko says Netflix is making a push in getting more new anime titles. Great Red Shark mentions again Netflix bought Miller World 2 or Miller World. Are you talking about what we were just talking about, the Mark Miller stuff? Yeah. SRGN was just asking what we thought of Spider-Man Homecoming. Check out our episode from a couple weeks ago. We actually talked about it. So we liked it. It was good. And apparently there's talk that Venom won't be in it. And no, because Venom was not a part of the deal between Marvel and Sony. So the rumor is that Sony is making their own standalone Venom movie that will not be connected to the MCU, just to confuse everybody even more.
Yay!
But, yeah, great. Yeah, so that was definitely probably the big news of the week. The whole Disney Netflix debacle.
Netflix is also bringing a second season of Glow, which I watched with Skin Slip.
As in Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling?
Yes.
Cool. I've heard that it's actually really good.
Oh my god, it was such a good show, yes. And
Cool.
I'm so glad they're continuing it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
And hi,
It's only 10
Cass!
episodes, but yeah.
Finally!
No, I saw you there.
Cass, I didn't see you because I have a VR headset
Sorry,
on my.
I farted
No,
and
fair
then
enough.
I remembered, oh
I
yeah,
saw you,
Cass
but
is
everybody
here.
was rambling.
It's funny, like, for the biggest guy here, pretty much, I'm like the least noticed.
Thank
I
you,
think I got you
SRGN, for subscribing exactly when Cass began to speak. That's the second week in a row he's been hijacked by a subscription. It's just like you're trying to talk, and this big sound comes in. Oh, yeah. So I just hear Cass going, oh, yeah.
If only that notification had the sound of Cass going, and a huge penis.
Just hijack myself.
I don't know what you're playing there, Garbage Gear, but it looks pretty rad.
This is Res Infinite.
Oh, okay. It's kind of Tron-y.
Yeah. Oh God.
It looks like that room they go into.
Oh, you're in
Wonka, where
VR.
they have
That's
to
why
turn
it's
right
looking all
around.
wonky for us. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the screen's moving around. Is because you're seeing my head move.
Ah!
Whoa.
Take it off of there. That's a little nauseating. All right. Cool.
Oh, imagine wearing the headset if you think that's nauseating.
Well, at
Other
least in that
news?
case, it's, synced to your head.
I know, but I feel like I'm moving.
Oh.
In other news, apparently Fox is in for preliminary talks to bring back King of the Hill.
I heard rumors of that, yes.
Not surprising because I see it all the time in syndication. Right?
Interesting. Yeah. Well, they did, 7 seasons originally. And then they...
More than that, I think, wasn't it?
No, I think it was... Or no, I think you're right. No, it was...
No, I think it was up to like 13.
I think it was 13, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, no, I think it was the DVDs stopped at season 7.
Yeah.
And then a third-party company picked it up and finished them. And I'm guessing, much like what happened with Futurama, the DVDs sold really well. So, talking about bringing it back. Similarly, as you know, I picked up the Munsters complete series recently and have been enjoying watching it. Rose is really enjoying it as well. And coincidentally, there's talk of a new Munsters series. Apparently being pitched by Seth Rogen, the talk show host guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes. So
Excuse me?
he's wanting to... I don't think he's wanting to star in it, but he's wanting to produce it. So, yeah. So, anyway, they're talking about doing a Munsters revival. And in reading the article about the Munsters revival, I discovered there was another attempt to do a Munsters revival 5 years ago called Mockingbird Lane, starring, get this, Jerry O'Connell as Herman Munster and Eddie Izzard as Grandpa. Now, it was kind of interesting because I found the pilot online. They only did the one episode, didn't get picked up. I found the pilot online, and they took a kind of a different approach to it, where they had the Munsters look more human. So they didn't... Which, to me, I think is kind of a mistake because a lot of the humor of the original concept was the fact that they're monsters, and people are terrified just by seeing them. But it's like they don't see themselves as monsters. Like, they don't even really acknowledge that they're monsters. They just don't understand why people are constantly running away from them. And that's where a lot of the humor comes from. So with them being human, more human in appearance, that type of humor is gone. That said, it was actually really well written. And Eddie Izzard as Grandpa was just so wonderfully, I don't know, like conniving and scheming and sort of amusingly evil. Actually really liked that. So I was kind of in two minds about it. It's like, on the one hand, I didn't like how they tinkered so much with the concept. But on the other hand, I actually really dug the quality of the writing. So I was kind of like, I actually like this, but I shouldn't. Oh, and the pilot was directed by Bryan Singer. So there was a lot of, creative talent at work there. But, interesting. Definitely get an A for effort, but kind of a mixed bag. Some of the gags of actually Jerry O'Connor or Herman's body falling apart were pretty funny, though. But yeah, so it's called Mockingbird Lane. So if you search around the interwebs, it's fairly easy to come by, and you can check it out. Check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. Then one it would be kind of nice if we got a release of was The Munsters Today, which was the 90s revival of it, starring John Schuck as Herman.
Who?
John Schuck.
Who?
John Schuck. John Schuck you may recognize as he was Klingon in one of the Star Trek movies who was prosecuting Kirk.
Excuse me.
That's helpful. That's...
What, you don't know all things Star Trek?
I haven't seen those movies, so is it like the third movie?
It's the one where he's being prosecuted. They're on the Klingon planet of the Klingons in a big chamber full of Klingons, all like Kirk bad, and then he's the guy. He's John Schuck was very tall and has a very kind of powerful voice, so he was a good choice for Herman.
Major Motoko says Star Trek 60 Undiscovered Country.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because he talks about how. They're talking about all the Klingons that Kirk killed. I mean, there's references to events from the third one, I think, in that. But
yeah, I remember there being Klingons in the third one.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where a lot of the stuff that he's on trial for in the 6th one stems from, is when he basically killed all the Klingons, and he's like, well, they killed my son, and blah, 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 and the whole eye for an eye argument and stuff, and things like that. Oh, hi, Ryan Chataway. Why does he just come in here?
Yeah, Ryan.
Why is he just...
Apparently, he said...
Why is he just moping in the chat? Like, get in here.
Moping isn't
Mope
the
in
young
here.
word in question, apparently.
Huh?
He said he meant to click on a porn video and he ended up here. Oh, well.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. It's disappointing. Instant boner killer.
So, he said he's currently beating off to all of us and has the trumpet in his ass at the same time.
God damn it.
I said, I realized I muted now, but I said, Ryan, if you clicked on a porn video, you have your pants off already. You might as well just jack off to us. It's all right.
There you go.
Well, he called it a toot and fuck, and I said I'm pretty sure Pornhub has a section called as such.
Toot and fuck.
Skin slip. Show Ryan the slip cover for Arrival. He will instantly come.
Wow.
Why?
Well, this just became advertiser unfriendly.
Your slipcover for Arrival, wasn't it mangled and shit? And he was like, yeah.
No.
Oh no, it was one that Stout picked up. It was one of his.
And we're demonetized.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yep.
Oh, dude.
There goes all the money that I could have made from this video. Thanks, guys.
First, like 2 hours ago when we started, or an hour and a half ago when we started, and we cursed like 5 minutes in the stream, we were already demonetized.
Oh, okay.
Now we're just banned.
Should just say the all fuckity fuck edition.
Wait a minute, we're
Holy
advertising
fucking
friendly. We're
fuck,
advertising
what a
friendly.
bunch
Look,
of fucking
kids,
fuck.
fidget spinners.
We
Look,
should just
kids.
see if we can set the record for how quick it happens. Just be like, welcome to Saturday Night Insanity. Fuck.
It happens sometimes. Where the fuck is Terry Gordy in my goddamn list? I'm not...
There, we're advertising friendly again. So another thing I was going to mention was something I couldn't shop about yesterday. The game Observer, which I just found out about.
Oh yeah,
It's a
Observer?
from the makers of Layers of
Cyberpunk
Fear, was it not?
Yeah, game called Observer, and it stars Rutger Hauer.
Sweet.
And it looks freaking amazing.
And you said it was kind of cyberpunk, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
One of the things that stood out to me immediately about the game as I was watching someone play it is like they were like looking around, and as they're looking around as the character, they were noticing like, wow, there's like some graphical glitches going on here. It's not that high quality.
Huh.
It looks almost like 720p, but with really bad like encoding or something like that, right?
Ah.
So I was, oh, maybe I need to take more of these drugs they gave me. So he reaches into the character, goes into the character's like inventory, has the guy like take some pills, and then immediately 1080p.
Wow.
I'm just like, I've never seen that in the game. I've
Like
never
just
seen
that.
them like break the fourth wall in that way. In the game.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Oh, the character said that.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Like the
No.
character in game.
The guy playing it
Oh,
was
never mind.
like, wow, it looks really crappy.
Oh, okay.
The drugs and made it look better, and that to me is.
I'll take the make it look better pills. Yeah.
It's
kinda
kind of like a detective game, so being able to see well is kind of important.
Well, I've seen that concept before. Like, you guys remember that one, there was a first-person horror game I was playing. Fuck, what was it? Oh, Hector. It was Hector, where you're in, like, this underground bunker base kind of thing trying to get out, and it was one where InSaNiTy figures into it, so you'd have to take pills to kind of keep yourself calm. And if you started to crack, you would start to hallucinate monsters chasing you and stuff like that. It was actually, I thought the concept of it was pretty clever, and it had a pretty good story too. It was quite well done for an indie game. But I know the point I got to in it, I know that I can't finish it because I don't have anywhere near enough drugs. I was just popping pills like crazy. Okay, make the monsters go away. Make the monsters go away. And it's like, and I have 3 pills left. Shit.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe you're supposed to, at some point, not be able to take your pills.
I don't know.
Why has no one created a horror game called Fuck? What was that?
At some point at some point in the game, as I was watching this guy play it, right? The main character, discovers somebody who's dying, right? They're literally like bleeding out, right? And they can't talk because they're like bleeding out from here, you know? So the guy is like asking what happened, and the guy can't answer him. So he's just finding some microchip in this guy's head and jacks into it as the guy's dying. And as a result of you're in the mind of a guy who's dying, it's just like neurons firing off, and it's like
cool.
You walk down one hallway and it ends up being like you're going into a completely different world almost. It's like,
that's pretty rad.
What the hell is happening here?
That sounds pretty awesome. What was it called again?
Observer.
Observer. All right,
It's
I'm
coming
definitely
out
gonna
on
have to check
Tuesday.
that out. That sounds awesome.
It's going to be $30 on Steam.
$30.
Well, American. So like
American.
35, 40
Something
Canadian.
like
That'll be 45 Canadian.
that. Sounds good. Cyberpunk game starring Rutger Hauer. Very psychological. Fuck
I'm gonna
yeah.
say it's probably 43.72 Canadian. Banking on it. Banking the middle shot. Where the fuck is Terry Gordy? Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know.
Me either.
Nor do I know the whereabouts currently of Terry Pratchett or Terry Fox.
Or what
Or
about Terry Gilliam?
Gilliam.
Damn.
Or Terry
Yeah,
Bollea.
good line of Terry Gilliam.
I like Terry Crews.
Yeah, what about Terry
Terry
Crews? You know where he is?
Or Sherry
Another
O'Terry.
person named Terry.
Just that's that. Terry Gordy, I've been to the
So what
salon.
else happened this week? Things? Stuff?
Things and stuff.
Talked about the big things already.
I don't know. Like, usually we fill up half the show with our pickups.
Hey,
But we all kind of dropped the ball this week due to poorness.
I'm waiting for. I probably had my Kino Lorber Wave 2 order in, but I just didn't go to the mailbox. I was too lazy.
I actually do have some packages to do, some package openings.
Oh, record those lines. Well, drunk.
It's also Rosie's birthday. Well, actually, it was Rosie's birthday 2 days ago, but we're going to celebrate it probably tomorrow. So she's got a whole bunch of presents from me and from other relatives. So
Nice.
we're going to do like a big Rosie's 10th birthday video tomorrow. And then I don't know when it'll be up, but it'll be up sometime this week. So basically, there's that and 4 package openings.
There he is. Found him. Found him.
Yeah.
Sorry. There, I update everyone. Found Terry Gordy.
Yeah, Rosie's 10.
No.
I know.
Yes.
No.
It's crazy.
God.
I still feel like it was only yesterday when I was sitting on the couch in that condo in Calgary saying, I'm going to be a dad. Me.
You?
Here it
A
is
dad?
10 days later. It's crazy.
I still
days
distinctly
later?
remember.
10 days. 10
when you
years.
announced it to me.
10 years later. I'm not even drunk yet. I haven't even started drinking yet.
Here it is, 10 days later.
Rosie turned 10 days old.
I'm having a big celebration.
10 years. Damn, time warps.
But yeah, no, I remember when you made the announcement.
Yeah.
When you announced it to me, we were chatting, I think, on, it wasn't Stickcam, but it was something where we were video chatting.
Yeah, might have been.
Might have been
Sure it wasn't
MSN.
Stick- Hey, thanks, Nature Shade 5.
Yes, thank you for subbing as I'm about to start the story.
Every time.
Well,
Every time Cass starts to talk,
subscribers
somebody
know to
subscribe.
hijack me.
Yeah.
Everybody just knows what's up.
Perfect.
Just start talking, Cass. We need more subscribers.
That's right.
Somebody donate something.
So anyway, here's my story. Ding, 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 ding.
Subscribe, follow, cheer. Just like
I miss the old Hangout toolbox.
Yeah,
or
tweet
we could just spam the soundboard at each other. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I missed that.
We need to.
There was such a lull in my stories during that era.
Oh, I know.
So I was at work the other day.
I think yeah, it's like flashbacks of those events.
Well, I still say that what we should have done with one of those. I remember we ended InSaNiTy with that, just a cacophony of noise, and then
We
just
did.
ended the
All
show.
of us are just spamming all the buttons.
And then the next week
So,
we continue.
That's what I said. Is we should have started a show with that. So it's like this is
That's
just what
great.
we did all week.
Sat here and spammed each other in sounds until the show started again.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
it's actually funny to think because I distinctly remember calling Mom to tell her that Rosie was born.
Sorry, Darth Vader just hijacked you there. I found the no button. I was just testing it to see if it worked. Oh, I should get instant rim shot too. That's a good one.
Oh no!
Never mind.
No, not instant fap. Instant rim
Here he
shot.
was about to
There you
tell
go.
a beautiful story.
Instant cum shot.
Ew.
There we go. Perfect. I'm all set. I have my no and my rim shot.
Ew.
That's not my forte.
So sorry, you had a story, Cass?
Yeah, Eric.
Oh no!
So is this about when
Well,
you took
just
your
a brief
friend to
thing.
IKEA?
No, it's about how I moved into the laundry room.
I see.
Just-
So you don't have television.
What?
You can watch the Tumble Dry show. Oh, I think I saw some panties.
but I'm not.
It was
Just
supposed to be a
like the
software
porn
channel.
channel.
God.
Well, we have a front load washer, so it's like, sweet, we get 2 channels in here.
Awesome.
Wet and dry.
I think I see a nipple.
In the washing machine, yes. So what was
Thanks,
the
Doc.
actual story you were trying to tell?
Well, I was just reminiscing about telling Mom when Rosie was born.
Ah.
And I was just thinking how it's kind of funny how I was working for Thrifty at the time. I was back
Mhm.
working that summer. And I was standing in the backyard of the house I had rented a room in. And
Okay.
apparently Zach finds this gut-bustingly hilarious.
Rented a room somewhere.
Well, when you said, I remember telling Mom was born, I went, boom.
Anyway. So yeah, so I was working for Thrifty, and I was standing in the backyard talking on the phone with her of this house where I rented a room. And so now Rosie is 10, and I'm working in car rental and living in a room I rented in a house. So what have I done with my life in this decade?
Nobody knew.
And it's the same neighborhood, too, because I was living in Gordon Head then, too.
Oh my god, it is
Crazy.
the same neighborhood, isn't it?
It actually is, yeah,
So things have come full circle.
These headphones.
apparently.
Or
I
they
really-
just haven't changed at all in 10 years.
That was kind of the joke.
I see.
The economy
Thanks, Sean. That was the joke.
has gotten so much better.
I tried to poop at work today.
Try.
Well, I was like, I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm just like feeling these like real rumbles.
And you shat at your desk.
See, I...
Sat at my desk.
he tried to-
Shat at your desk. Okay.
He didn't say he tried to poop in the work bathroom. Just that
No,
he
we
was
went into his car.
had to poop at work.
Yeah, in the rental car.
In the rental car. Taking a shit.
It perfectly coiled into the cup holders.
Oh, too far, too far.
See, I kept thinking I needed to shit, so I kept going to the bathroom, and thankfully, there was always someone else in the stall next to me every time I went. I was like, oh, this is perfect. So the first time, so I sat down, it was just me and the guy in the stall next to me. So I sit down and it's like, okay, this is either going to be like just a lot of farts or an epic shit. There's something going on down there, so let's see what happens. So first thing, and I'm like, oh, that was the perfect opening
Opening act.
It's like
overture.
That is, but that's like the typical sitting on the can fart.
So actually, I should say, when I first came in, I opened the door to the sounds of like the most horrendous wet shits coming from the other stall, and I was like, oh wow, that guy's like having problems. So awesome. So I sit down, but as soon as I come into the bathroom, like the wet shit sounds just stop. So it's like, and then silence. I'm like,
he's in pain right now.
Did he just do like a power clench to make it stop? So, okay, so I sit down in the stall next to him, and it's like, silence. and then I just immediately get this wide grin on my face, like, this is perfect. At last I have an audience. And then, still nothing. So then... And then still nothing. And all I can think of is Zach's constant description of the toilet as being the reverse megaphone. And then, of course, Seinfeld talking about how the bathroom is full of nothing but sound-reflecting surfaces.
Porcelain, metal, tile, ceramic.
That's right.
Every sound-reflective material known to man.
So again, no reaction from the stall next to me. And I can see his feet, and it's like he hasn't even shifted his feet. He's just like sitting there waiting. I'm just thinking he's just sitting there waiting, like, please God, let this guy finish so I've got like so much left, and I just can't in the presence of another person, please. So
just picturing if you had X-ray vision on the doors, I'm just picturing like the guy beside you just sitting there sweating and cringing with like wanting to go, and then just you with this relaxed grin on your face.
I had this big grin, and I like had my hand over my mouth, so like I can't like if I still just breathe, I'm gonna go like So finally, I'm like, I guess there's no poop, but there's something else in there, so let's see what happens. So then it was the good old so I had a so I'm like, wow, I got the whole collection. So then that was it. There was nothing left. It's like, okay, I'm done. So I leave, and then in the meantime, some other person comes into the stall. So I had a second person to enjoy the last one, or not into the stall, into one of the urinals, and then so I finish up. I go, and then as I'm washing my hands, the guy from the urinal finishes, and he washes his hands and leaves. And then I hear the wet shit start up again, like the pause button's been taken off, and it's like I don't think he realized I was still there. So I'm like, okay, so I just quickly finish going and then leave. But boy, that guy in the other stall must have been so relieved by the time I finally left.
Okay, so my question, like, did this, like, your performance?
Yeah.
Rating your performance here.
So, how do you prepare for a performance like that? Lots of spicy food.
How do you get yourself into the mindset?
What is your motivation?
Were there like long pauses between these events? Or
yes,
like...
there were. So it was
God.
There was one. I mean, just a long pause of silence where I'm sitting there with this big goofy grin on my face. And then the next one, and then another long pause of silence. So,
well, that's what I'm imagining. Like, he's thinking, like, okay, he's like, maybe you're just waiting for things to get going. So he hears the poop, and he's thinking, like, why is this guy lingering around? Is he done? Is he gonna? And then just, it's like, God damn it!
conversation the whole time. I had one thought in my head, and it's what Zach mentioned about shitting in the car. And it's just that scene. That scene from Family Guy where Peter test driving the car when he had the shit. I can picture Cass doing it with a rental car, giving it to a customer. Like, he drives the car up, he just gets out real fast, tosses the keys, and goes, "Here, it's yours." And just walks off real fast.
Oh, that was the sports car when he crapped himself. He was like, I don't want it.
I don't want it. No, I was comparing it to when you set up a rental car for a customer. Like, as you're going to get the rental car, drive it up for the customer to give it to him, and you just toss out, "Here, it's yours," and just walk off real fast.
So apparently, Apothic Rain just shot tea out of her nose. So, hearing that tale, so excellent. Mission accomplished. So that was good. So obviously, I had to share that one with everybody. That was there are a few other minor ones, but that was definitely the best one.
I just like the idea of just
wet shit guy
out of this long extended silence, just can't even do
it. Is he ever going to be finished?
Oh my god!
I can't clench anymore.
I just had the most hilarious thought. Major Motoko is talking about how he's not sure if it would be worth Atmos for episodes of SNI.
Which? What? Sorry?
Having Dolby Atmos for episodes of SNI.
Oh.
and I just had the hilarious thought. I think
the farts sail over your head.
Public bathrooms probably the inspiration for Dolby Atmos.
It's like I was actually there. Oh my goodness.
Well, so yeah, I'm at work this morning. We just farted.
Power of suggestion.
At least it wasn't.
God.
Without fail.
And of course, the oscillating fan is pointing the other way at that moment. No, come over here. There we go. Oh yeah, just blow it all away. Thank you.
Oh my god, Cash.
Just blows it back at you.
The story you told me when you were at work on you sent me a message on Facebook. And you're like, "I had to fart for a while, then I remembered I was alone for half the building right now due to the management meeting across the street." He goes,
yeah.
and that's so much better. And my problem was, I could just imagine your head popping up from around all the cubicles with this silly looking grin on your face, and you just go, "Wee."
I still love the video where you're in the big empty office building.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay, now so to explain to the viewers, I think that's actually public on my channel, so you can go and you can check it out.
Yes.
Two Men 1984 is my YouTube channel. I think it's just fart in an office building or something like that. And so literally what it was, and that wasn't even the best one, but I gone into work fairly early one morning, and I'm waiting for the elevator, and this building is like, I think 105 years old or something like that. And so it's all like stone construction and laminate and everything like that. And it has a big open lobby, like it's open up like a couple of stories. So I started waiting for the elevator to show up, and I'm like, oh no, I have to fart. So I quickly pulled out my phone and just like,
Echo.
the phone recorded it really quiet, so it doesn't really do it justice. And like I say, that wasn't even the loudest. I had my second or third day at that job where I came in, and it's 7 in the morning, so there's no ambient conversation or noise or anything in the building.
So it was hilarious.
So you fart in the lobby, and everyone in the building can hear it.
I want to be that guy who's at the other end of the building and just hears a speed. The fuck was that?
Oh.
Well, I had one time we had we had washrooms just on the floor where we worked, and like it was all the tenants had a key, so it wasn't like it was for just our company or whatever. So I went in, and I actually didn't even have to poop. I literally
Fuck, why is he not doing anything useful? Shit.
So, I go to the washroom, and it's like just across this very narrow hall from this other office, and there's a bunch of women in there working and chatting, and their door is open too to their office. So I walk by, and they're all just happily conversing. I go into the washroom, and I sit down. And then I come back out, and there's just silence in that other office as I walk by. I'm like, did I just kill that conversation?
There is that picture that I sent you from my work, and that I didn't even register until after I sent it, that it does look like someone just like popped a nugget right on the ground.
Oh yeah,
God.
Well, I thought that was just like you're at home or something like that. I was like, did you poop on your deck or something?
Yes, I poop on my own floor all the time.
It was like a piece of steak or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I won that somehow. Oh my god.
Congratulations.
You won a poop nugget on the ground.
Yay!
But yeah, sorry, getting back to my one this morning. I thought I had to poop because I was just feeling like awful rumbles and stuff. So
that's how I felt all day. But every time I went, it was just farts and farts and farts and farts.
Well, that's what happened. Was I went into the washroom, and yeah, it was just a cacophony of farts.
That was a face fart.
And it was to the point that I literally had the thought in my head. I'm like, it's like my ass is yelling right now. So it was just so loud and echoing.
Hey!
You ever have those nights where you're just for some reason you're ungodly gassy, and like none of them, you're used to it at this point. You're just like ripping them just to make you feel better, blah blah blah. Then finally you get that one that's just either so pressure filled or so loud that you just. None of the other ones even made you crack even a smirk, but that one you cannot resist, just going.
Yep,
So it's like it's completely silent after your cacophony of farts. You do that one, and then just out of nowhere you hear.
That's how I was feeling after mine today. I just I was basically just sitting there like this. Just kind of vibrating, doing the silent laugh just to get it out of my system. But I was like, I got to make sure my feet aren't visibly jiggling too, because they'll know. Either he's giggling or jerking off.
Or both.
Are you doing
farting uncontrollably while doing all of this?
I'm just picturing you laughing. I'm just picturing you laughing and farting more.
Yes.
Because you like lose the muscle control. Seriously.
Mr. Griffin, would you please stop coughing?
No.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Mr. Griffin?
No.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I like how you would cough and then fart.
Yeah.
I think basically calling more attention to it.
But it's weird how it's like it's such an instinct. Like I had one time I was sitting in the airport, and such a weird.
Another really quiet morning.
Now that would be an accomplishment.
I know.
International Airport was shut down today for a biohazard. As a guy
Hazmat team called to the local airport today.
Oh God! Cancel everything.
Canadian bioterrorism.
I'm now on the no-fly list because I farted.
You just look up Cass in the dictionary and it's Canadian bioterrorist.
Oh, God. Cass on an airplane. We're experiencing a sudden drop in cabin pressure. Or you know it's bad.
I
was just gonna say.
Oh my god! Oh god!
It's not even a loud one. It's like I just.
Wow.
To make an emergency
take it off yet.
Oh my god.
Just get on the ground and like the whole cabin feels like
yeah. It doesn't even take off. All the plane does is do like a loop around the terminal and just park back where it was. Everyone goes running off the side, which is like this gas flume.
Jumping down the slide.
The emergency door just.
No, oh my god.
It's just farts and all the oxygen masks just drop down.
Yeah.
we need filtered air.
The text like, I don't understand it. Why did the oxygen mask deploy when it was on the ground?
Oh my god. You gonna live there, Cass?
We haven't had a laughing. We haven't had a laughing bit like that in a while. Oh my god. And the whole thing is about gassing out an airline.
Oh god.
fucking high noon.
Oh, well, I think that's a good high note to end on, unless we can think of anything else.
I like how that's our high note.
Yes, our high note is talk about farts for 20 minutes.
Well, we're worried we're going to be short on material. But...
I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Just going to throw some fried chicken into the oven, and then we're going to come back and drink and build shelves. I also kind of want to refresh everything, see if I can get rid of some of that glitchiness. So I assume the boys would like to participate there. I'll probably have the boys on in audio form just to kind of focus on the camera for the shelf building and stuff. And then we'll go with that. And those of you on the YouTubes, you'll see that in another video following this one. So if you just wanted to watch the SNI portion, then, well, this is it. You've watched it. You made it to the end. Congratulations.
Well, they had to do 2 ults to kill me.
That's right. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week. Those of you sticking around, we'll see you in a few minutes for Drunken Shelf Building, the movie. Yes. So, see ya. Thanks for coming out. Have a great day, or night, or afternoon, or whatever.
My stomach hurts from laughing so hard.
I need to pee.